All right, what's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. This New York Times article in the description box below. Weed dealer, pot dealer, whatever you want to call it, because it's pot when it's not black and it's weed when it's black, whatever. Um, this guy was labeled like one of the best weed dealers all time, all time. So basically, his baby mama turned him in because she had a dispute with him. Now, what's interesting about these stories is this. The first thing, I'm going to start from the end of it. I would like you, when you read the article, it's a long article, but look at the comments at the bottom. It's just weed. It's got, oh my God, like, yeah, this guy so little weed. So what? Our taxpayer dollars shouldn't be used to put a guy on who sells a little bit of weed. It's just weed, man. I mean, damn. So what? He drove around in Bugattis and shit like that and hung around with stars. It's just weed. It's not that difficult. Now, I say that to say this. Trayvon Martin had weed in his system. Oh, he's a danger to society. Oh, God. Michael Brown must have been smoking that weed. Oh, God. What is the problem with these people? All of these... I'm not a fan of weed, for one. But I'm just saying how the shit changes. The dude had like a $5 million slush fund to whack motherfuckers. He was killing them. Look, cross me, kill you off that weed money. But it's just weed. All right. The other thing about this article that does not shock me, but the reason I'm doing it is because, you see, I was watching some things. Like, I've been watching Power, the television show. I've been watching, of course, I like Boardwalk Empire. I was watching the movie The Counselor. All these are basically drug dealer shows. Then you could bring in the Sopranos. You can even bring in The Wire and shit like that, right? And here's the thing. It's not suspicious for a white guy to be driving around in a Bugatti that don't got a damn job. It's not suspicious for a white guy driving around in Bugatti $1 million places and flying in jets and shit, who's a complete weed dealer, to just fly completely under the radar of the United States government. That's not difficult. And this guy was actually from Canada, so that's what makes it more funny to me, because, all these illegals coming in here, fucking up the country, and quote unquote one of the best weed dealers of all time is a white dude from Canada who just... Now, the whole other thing is, this country is imploding from inside out because of shit like this. You know what? It's fine. As a brother, it's fine. It's really fine. Because as long as you're looking at people like me for destroying the country, all your Walter Whites, are going to, run this shit into the ground. Ain't gonna be my problem. It really ain't. Cause we told y'all, we ain't the ones tearing this motherfucker down. But we gotta be the scapegoat. And that's cool. Cool. Be a scapegoat. Okay. The other thing is this. Ladies, why is it exciting to get with a drug dealer and he get mad because the drug dealer has no moral compass? You have no moral compass either if you fucking with a drug dealer. Like, I'm gonna go to the feds. He got a $5 million fund to kill somebody. That would include your ass. Like, that might not be a good idea. But hey, whatever. Whole nother story about this shit is, do you see how, if you read it, do you see how his actions were not. It didn't give off a criminalized effort, like aura. Like he just wasn't the meanest, most demonstrative, the most devilish person ever. Like the way the media will cover this, or the way it just slides under the radar. Like damn, I did not even know this. This article came out 4 days ago. The shit happened years ago though. That's which is my point. Like you would think something this big, people would say years ago. We found this, and this, and this, and this dude was doing this, and all of this is this. I'm gonna tell you the irony about this. Stop and frisk, because a lot of this weed was going to New York. So you trying to tell me, during all these years of stop and frisk, the man supplying this weed that you were trying to frisk people for to bust them for was a white dude from Canada? You ain't stopped, but you wouldn't have stopped and frisked his ass in New York. Ain't that a bitch? So, what I'm getting at is just read the article for yourself and just pick it apart for yourself and ask yourself. No matter what it really doesn't matter what you are. Just ask yourself. If you saw me outside driving around in a Bugatti and you did not know what I did for a living, and you didn't see me on TV because I have to be an entertainer, athlete, or some shit, right? You wouldn't think of me as a businessman. You would say, drug dealer. Yeah, you would. Because I've been in those neighborhoods, What are you doing here? Oh, you must be an athlete. You must be an entertainer. This is an expensive place. No, I'm neither one of those. Drug dealer. What kind of car you driving, drug dealer? But if you see a white dude riding around a Bugatti, he's a successful. He must be like the nephew of Bill Gates or some shit. He has to be like the 15th great grandson of Thomas Jefferson. They just have it together. He could be a long lost Kennedy for all I know. That son of a bitch may be lazy, but he's a rich lazy, and he probably earned it. That's the problem. But it's not necessarily a problem because, hey, it's good cover for most criminals. Why I brought up those other shows earlier before I go is because the premise of most of those shows was this. As long as you don't put the black people in the forefront, you can continuously commit the crime because nobody will suspect or prosecute or be offended by a white criminal. No witnesses. Didn't happen. It's fake no outrage. He was just trying to make a buck. That's what I'm getting at.